Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So we're going to be carrying on with our lovely journal today. So I hope you managed to watch yesterday's video, and maybe you've actually been able to make yours as well. So we have got the pages, which we're going to pop to the side for a minute. Now this has come up really nice and hard now when these are all glued down lovely. So this is the front, and then we have the inside. So yesterday I did this as well, which I was going to pop a little pocket on the front. Now this has gone nice and hard as well, so that's lovely. So I'm going to glue that on to the front to start with. I have picked out a great big bundle of fabricy bits, lacy bits. I just went in and grabbed a handful out, so because I want, obviously this is going to be sort of like a mishmash of all sorts of things, so I didn't want to pick out you know, things that really match, but I've got lots of little bits and pieces. Whether we'll get round to doing that today, I don't know, but I do want to do the journal pages, and I want to pop this on the front. So let's get started. I popped on my glue gun because I'm going to be using my glue gun as well today. I'm going to glue gun this to the front so it's nice and strong. So let's just glue this down. I will link yesterday's video, if you didn't see it, down below, and also the prep that I did just to get the recycled Amazon packaging to the right, you know, so we can make the journal covers for them. So I'm going to stick that on. Now I might actually, that's what I was going to do, wasn't it? I was going to pop something just underneath, let's just lift that up a little bit. What have we got? What do I have that doesn't really need to match, like we say, do we? Let's put a little bit of this scruffy on. Let's pop a little bit of this on. Oh, I quite like that. I quite like that actually. Would go on the spine, wouldn't it? What do you think? Cut down a little bit. That's quite nice. Right, scissors. Let's just get a little bit of this on here. Should we? Maybe I'll stick it underneath. Should we pop it underneath here? Like this. Probably need a little bit of glue gun on there, I think. Just want to make it look, you know, just a little bit pretty and shabby, and actually, you know, it's quite difficult to try and make things not match. Oh, maybe I'll pop a little bit of this on. It's not easy to be eclectic, that's what I mean, because it's just in us, I think, to make things sort of like match, isn't it? So I hope I'm in the sort of right place here. Right, I've got my glue gun. Let me just glue this little bit down so it sticks like that. Now you can use Fabri-Tac and glues, but I want to do this so it dries quite quickly. But again, if you're following along and things like that, you can just take your time. I just don't want this video to be like a big long video, and then you get sort of like a little bit bored. We want you to sort of like work along with me, and you can always stop. You can always sort of like stop the video and sort of like, you know, do what you've got to do and then press play again. But look at that. Now I'm not going to be sewing on this because I want it to be sort of just one for sort of like beginners. Now if you are a seasoned crafter and a journaler and you'll just want some little ideas like this, then you go ahead, you can just sew that. But with glue gun, oh gosh, I've got bits everywhere, oh dear, with glue gun I wouldn't sew on your sewing machine with it because it goes really hard. So if you're going to sew, just stick it down just with a little bit of this, wait for it to dry a little bit and then sew, because the glue gun's going to be way too hard for it and you'll end up breaking your needle. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to ink that just a little bit more. I'm not quite sure whether that's stuck down very well, has it? Let's pop a little bit of glue in there. And here, there we go. Lovely. Right, I'm going to stick this on here. Now we have to, because I'm going to pop something down here for the spine, so I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I've got my bits and pieces there. Maybe just sort of like there. And then we've got enough room to pop something down for the spine. So let's just go around here with the glue gun, just so we can pop something in here. Or you don't even have to put anything inside, you could just sort of like leave it. It could be sort of like a little hidden pocket, couldn't it? Well, there we go. Stick that down. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So that's a lovely front cover. So let's just take one of these. Just what I mean. So then that can just slide in there like that, whatever you want to pop inside. Now I have cut all these little bits and pieces out that I had yesterday, and I've picked up a few more from my stash that I had. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get stuck glue everywhere, aren't I? And I have also cut out my papers. Well, I've not cut them out, but I've taken the white edges off, the white borders off. And I've got some book paper as well. Now, the other thing I was thinking about, let me just pop the lid on there because it dries up so quickly. The other thing I was thinking about is this bit here. Now, I'm going to be sewing this in, and we don't want it to be bare, do we? Which I forgot about yesterday. But the outside is fine because I'm going to be covering that up anyway with something or other when we've sewn in our signature. And I don't want it to be too tidy. I want it to be a little bit scruffy, but a little bit pretty, if you know what I mean. Because when we've got it on our shelf, like that, this is the bit we see, you know, obviously mostly of. So I want to just pop something nice on that afterwards, but we will do that. We will do that later. Now, shall I just stick down? I should have done this yesterday, silly Billy. But I'm going to do it now because we will have time then for it to dry before we start doing our pages. So what I think I might do, don't want it too much like that. I might go over the top of it a little bit. I'm going to do it with this glue. Just, I mean, this is just a journal. I just want you to get into making journals. So this is just a very sort of basic way of doing it to start us off, because there's lots of other ways you can do this, but we will work our way through that throughout the year. So let's just stick that down nicely. I might actually just pop glue on here like this. Overlap that. You might have already done this to get your inside bit done, so let's move that over there. Oops. Let's stick this bit on there. Oh, so isn't it lovely doing a eclectic journal, because you don't have to be, oh gosh, tidy. You just stick it on. There is no right or wrong way of doing things. You can just go in there. Let's stick that down. Then we can make sure that is lovely and dry. Let's take that bit off. Isn't it? So you can make sure, it's just journals in general anyway, there is no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong way of doing majority of things, because the way somebody else does it, it's not necessarily the way that you would like to do that anyway. But it's nice to see other people doing things, because it might be easier than you were doing it before. So that's why. it's good to sort of like watch other people do things. Not that I really do that much, because I don't seem to have, I don't know where all the time goes. I really don't. By the time I've done things during the day, I'm so exhausted that I don't have time to sort of like watch other people's videos, but I am going to do more of it this year, I think, because I should help other people, because watching videos as well, watching videos all the way to the end, all the way through, really does help, because a lot of people do skip through, but it really does help. If you have the time, it's great to watch people's videos all the way through. Helps with their algorithms and stuff, so other people get to see things, and it's good. So I'm just going to pop that over the top, just so that we've got this little top bit hidden as well, and then I can ink it up. Should have done this yesterday really, but that's okay. It should be dry enough for us, because we've got to do the papers, haven't we? Look, this paper is so thin. Right, there we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I've got a little bit of hanging off there. So that matches going around the sides as well, doesn't it? Let's just ink this top bit. And then we can pop this to one side for a minute, let that dry. Like that. Because when I want to do the top, I don't want to, I just want it to go over like that. I don't want to wrap it around the top piece. Quite like this piece actually. Okay, let's pop that to the side. Let's let that dry while we get on with our pages. Now, what I did, I went around the edge with my ink. Now, I found my bigger one, look at the state of that, which is the big little, what are they called? I can't even think today. Can you see? It's a lot easier. I quite like them darker actually, but it's a lot easier to go around with a bigger one than my little finger dauber. Gosh. Right. I'm going to put some of that to the side, and I've got these bits have already been cut that I found. I cut up some of the little postcards which I have, which I didn't use, which I love. I could use those in there. But we need to find something for the front page. I'm going to pop for the front one, don't we? Pink butterfly, a rose. What should we do? I didn't plan this at all. Does that fit? That's quite nice, isn't it? Or should we just have? I'm going to just go in. I'm going to go in random. Let's take these. Let's just take a piece of this and go on there. Love this flowery bit, so we shall just do that. Now, shall I fill the whole page? I think I will on the first one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do anything fancy pantsy. I'm going to just rip this off like that, and this is going to be our first page. Now the thing about these lovely collage pages is it looks like you've already collaged it, doesn't it? So it looks like you've already done it, but it's all been done for you. So if you're one that finds it difficult to collage and get things you know, matching or not matching or however you want, and you find it quite difficult, then this is a great way of, you know, an easy way, a quick way of getting your pages done. So that's going to stick on there like that, and then I think what I will do, I'm going to glue gun it all on, not glue gun it, glue stick it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do all of the pages first, and then I'm going to go back over it and add pieces to it. I think that's will be the best way. So let's just fill up the pages with these. Now I'm not bothered if some of the edges peel up like that, as long as this base bit is stuck down, because what we can do, you can sort of like just turn over the edges. Just lift this up, just turn that over. Do you know what I mean? That just gives you that little, you know, scruffy look to it. And then you can just go in there, a little bit of ink on there, scrunch that up like that, and there we go. You've got your first page. Absolutely perfect. Quick and simple. Now I'm going to try and do it as I turn over the pages. So what should we do? What shall we do? Let's go for something a little bit. Let's go for the, oh, should we pop a little dragonfly in there? Shall I do that? There we go, with my ruler. Pop that in. Is that pretty level? I think so. Pop that on there. Tear that down. Lovely. What I might actually do with this one, I want to make this page a little bit different. So let's just take this bottom piece off, pop that to the side. I'm going to add a little bit of book paper, like that, just to be a little bit different. I'm going to take a little bit more ink, like that. Pop this one on first. Let's just use a bit of glue stick. Like that. Pop this down. Stick that on. Is that level? Seems to be a little bit. That's okay, isn't it? And now I'm going to use, we've got another piece. I'm going to use this. I'm going to pop a little bit down the side. Like this. Let's just tear this off. Pop that down. Should we go that one? Oh no, we can't, because that writing's, I like the writing up the right way, I think, for that one. Pop that in. Don't really want to go over my little dragonfly, so let's just pop you on there like that. That needs to sort of, doesn't matter if it's not level. Let's just take some glue. Let's glue this down. Try not to think about it too much. I know it's hard to try and get things in the right place. Try not to think about it too much, because it drives you mad, doesn't it? You know, you could be there all day. I'm just going to turn that a little bit up. Just give it a little, it's very sticky. Just give it a little bit of ink on there. Pop this on. Now I'm going to do all the pages first, and then, like I said, I'm going to go back in, and we can add little pockets. We can add little bits on top. There we go. And I think these pages are such a great base, aren't they? Look at that, perfect. Stick that down. Should we just lift it up a little bit? There we go. Just make it a little bit grungy, tatty. And then what you can do is just take any bit of lace or something and just stick that on underneath like that, but we will go back through that later. What should we do? I think we'll have a whole piece on here. Let's go for, should we go for this piece? That looks good. That, well, let's put this piece on here for now. I'm going to put the whole piece on here. Just go to the edge and rip that down. Look at that. So that's a nice background actually to pop a little pocket on. You could have a little pocket, or I've got these as well. These are from, so we've got like little tuck spots and things like that. Lovely. Shall we edge this a little bit? Should we turn this down? Let's do that. That's quite nice because this one has got something on the back. So let's just give that a little roll, just like that. So we've got a little bit of interest on there. That will go flat. We will squash that flat because it's in a journal, so it will be flat anyway. It will get squashed. Let's just ink round. So did you gather up all your papers? And like I said yesterday, you don't have to have lots of digital papers. Just gather up all the bits that you've got that you want to use, and use magazines. I don't really get magazines. I've said this before. I don't really get any junk mail here. They don't send a huge amount of junk maily stuff out here in Portugal. So we don't get a lot. Or magazines. They're just astronomically expensive if we want the English magazines. So I just don't bother. Okay, that's going to go like that. And then, shall we put that one there? Let's just stick this above it, just to give it like a little bit of interest. Let's stick that on there, look. What should we use? Let me just use, doesn't really matter what glue I use. And there. And you can always, like I said yesterday, if you are a mixed media, if you do mixed media and you've got some lovely papers that you've used, you can add those for interest in there. See, that looks really nice, doesn't it, on there? Perfect. Look at these, aren't they lovely? You can use the other side of this, I think, on another page. So these are the ones that I've printed out previously that I've had in my stash that I've not used. And this one was obviously I printed on the back of this one, but the other ones I don't need to print on the back because they're just being stuck down. There we go. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. This one I could make into like a little tuck that goes up through there. So if you glued a little bit, we could tuck in sort of here. I'm going to leave that for now. All these bits. Let's just leave those. Super. Okay. Oh, look, this one's got a little flap on it. So we shall do that in a minute. What else have we got? This one. Oops, upside down. Shall we have a darker page? Which one shall we have? On here like that? I think so, don't you? Let's make sure. I'm going to put this in like that. I'm going to do this one this way, I think. Perfect. Can you see where it's already been collaged? This is just looks like you've done it yourself, doesn't it? And it gives so much more interest to a page. Now, if you wanted to have a journal with lots and lots, you know, of space for writing and stuff in, then of course don't use so much of the fancy digital papers. But what you can do is, maybe I'll use that as a little pocket. Should we use that as a little pocket then? We could, couldn't we? Like a little secret pocket. Or should we do one from the top? Okay guys, so if you've got like a hole punch, let's do the top like this. Is that sort of in the middle? Maybe I should try and get in the middle, shouldn't I really? Let's just bend that in half. And where that is, I can just do that. And then we've got a little thing at the top. Fabulous. If you don't have a hole punch, just cut a little arch. Just go round something like what we got. Oh look, we can have, look, you've got a bottle. So if you put that down, just draw around it and then cut round it. And then you've got your little hole there. So you don't have to have lots of fancy things to make a journal at all. But that's just the side. Shall I have, I quite looking like the book paper, because we've got book paper from on the front, haven't we? So just to add a little bit like that. I think what I'll do is should we try and make this a little bit straighter? There we go. Perfect. A little bit of ink. Bit of glue. There we go. Put that on there at the top. Lovely. And then we can just stick this on like that. Love it. Okay. I'm going to just use my tacky glue just around the edges, because this is, like I say, if it's just paper to paper, this sticks really, really well. Tacky glue, PVA glue, any sort of like kiddie school glue that you've got, the white one, doesn't have to be expensive glue. Just down the side. Hope that can be a little bit lower on this one. Then we have a lovely, lovely big pocket to pop all sorts of bits and pieces in. And again, you can decorate this, embellish this with other pockets on top. Just because you've got a pocket there doesn't mean you have to leave this. It's just that we've got a fabulous extra pocket on there. Okay, quick, simple, isn't it? Right, what should we do with this one? Let's have a think. Shall we stick just a little bit of print down there? I think maybe we probably could, couldn't we? And then we could put things on the top. I'm just going to tear that little bit off because it's a little bit too long. Which way round should we do it? Like this? I'm going to stick this down and then I'm going to stick it underneath. I think. Pop that on. I'm going to take this. Just do that. Open it out and pop this underneath it. So that's underneath the flap, like that. Lovely. And then, what should we pop on the bottom? Where's that little bit I tore off? Here, look. This could go underneath there. Oh, we could actually pop a little pocket in there, couldn't we? What do you think? I might just, let's just, okay, tear that down. that, and we can pop a little pocket there, can't we? Let's ink around. Let's do, should we just pop a little notch in there just so that we reminds us that we have a little pocket there. Can you see? So we've got a little thing so we can just pop whatever we like in there. Let's just stick that down. There we go. Okay, we will see how far we can get today with this video. I would like to just get all these pages done. I don't want to have a really long video for you. So let's just get these done. Let's just ink a little bit of this as we go down through here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Now we need something on this page. We can add things to this a little bit later on. But we need to add, let's have this piece. I don't need that whole piece, do we? Actually, we could do something. I could do something a little bit brighter, couldn't we? Shall we have a little bit of lovely roses? Or this side? Maybe this side, because I don't want to really cover those roses up, do we? Gosh, let's do... Now I'm going to put that there. I'm not going to go all the way underneath. I'm going to just sort of like go to here, because that's going to be stuck down anyway, because that's going to be a pocket. And then this can just pop underneath there like that. Super, I like that. So we don't need to ink that side. Let's just ink this bit. Just a little bit. Pop that in there. Pop that down, and then we can just glue those two ends down as well, can't we? I might stick something over the top of that. Just a little bit of... What have we got? I don't know what we've got. We've got all sorts. I'll have a little rummage through here later. Just add little extra pieces on. Do you know what I mean? Okay. That's not now, but we will. I do like adding little extras, but I don't want to, like I said before, I want this to be sort of quite a simple one. So this is just basically sticking papers down, isn't it? Let's just stick that there. Fabulous. Right, shall I stick that down already, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave that. So we've got a lovely little pocket there, because I like to sort of like embellish my pockets and things like that. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Okay, I think maybe we need to sort of give this a little bit of a turn down before it sticks right down. Just so it goes, you know, like that. Just stick a little bit of this in. Just like that. Pull that up before it sticks down. I think that's probably going to be too big. So all these little extra bits that look really nice in your journals, I think. There we go. And then I will probably stick a little bit of fabric or something over that. Let's just pop a little bit of glue on there. Glue, a little bit of ink. And then, like I said, you can have like, oh look, a little spotty bit. This can just be glue gunned in there. Take that, oops, and then just sort of like pop that underneath and glue that in. Just, I mean, it's just all those little elements that just make them up as you go along. Right. Now what? We don't want that piece because we've just used that piece, haven't we? So let's go back in. Or shall we use this piece? Shall I use that on there? That would look nice, wouldn't it? Just about fit, I think. I think I might have to just take a little bit of that off because it's a little bit big. There we go. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now that isn't very straight, but I'm going to just actually on purpose do that again, like that. And then we can add, again, shall we add music paper to this one instead? What do you think? Let's just stick that on. I know that's going to be a taller, but let's stick this underneath. Go. Love it, look at that, fabulous. A little bit of ink around here. Like this. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Now I'm going to use this glue stick. I don't think we're going to have time to embellish it today. I think we might have another video, I think. Another part to this where we just embellish it, or it might even be two parts actually, where we embellish it and also sew in the signatures, don't we? But look at that, love it, absolutely love it. Look at that lovely bird cage, it's beautiful, isn't it? So fabulous. Oh, I'm loving this, look at that. So we've done all of these lovely pages. That opens up. Now again, you can always leave this so it opens up like that. It's entirely up to you how you do it. I think I'm going to put this one here. I love this rose. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? Okay, let's take this down. Go on there like that. A little bit of ink around the outside. Actually, on this one, I think I might do a little notch out of this side, so we've got a little tuck in this one as well, because that would look really nice, wouldn't it? So let's just find the middle. Take our big punch. Just take a little notch out of there. Just ink that up. Pop that on. Do you think we need a little bit of, I might just leave that. I think I'll just leave that. I don't think we put any book paper under there. I think I'll just leave it. Now again, like I said, if you are a journaler anyway, and you like making your journals and you sew, you can always sew around the edges of these before you stick them on. Do you know what I mean? Or if you're a newbie and you've got a sewing machine, you can always sew around this bit just to make it look a little bit different again. Now when you sew on a sewing machine on paper, I just use a normal basic sewing needle. I don't use a special needle. I don't sew clothes or anything like that. I'm not that good. I like to sew paper. So this is the middle page. So yeah, when you're sewing on the sewing machine, just use a normal needle. Oh, look at that. Should we pop that? Oh, look at that. It goes right through the middle. What do you reckon? This is what matches. Oh, that was the inside of the book, wasn't it? Shall I do that for the whole page, or shall I just rip this in half? Oh, decisions. I do like, maybe we'll do this. I think I will, because then we can make some little pockets or something in the middle bit, can't we? Well, I want to rip it in half. Is that going to be too big? Just a oh no, it's about right, isn't it? What do you reckon? Right to the edge? Right to the edge. I just want to leave that little gap in the middle. So let me just quickly ink around the edges. Okay, that's lovely. Now, do you think it matters which way it's on? Let's just glue stick this. Stick it down. Gosh, that alarm, I don't know whether you can hear it. You probably can. It's going on and off all day. So I think it's somebody testing their alarm system, because it keeps going on and off. I don't think anybody's breaking into anything. It's just so loud. Okay, let's do this. Right to the edge. Look at that, just perfect. And then that's not wasting any paper either, is it? So that's a simple one. Right guys, I think I'm going to just leave it there. I don't think I'm going to do any more with you yet, because this is quite a long video now, isn't it? So that's the start. I think it's just fantastic. So we've added this bit into the book, into the journal. So this is the front page. Look at this. I just think it's lovely and so simple. So we've got a lovely big pocket there. We've got a pocket there on here, and also I will glue that up, but I think I might just stick something down there first. Lovely, we've got a nice big pocket there, and we've got our middle page. So tomorrow we will fill in the rest of these, and then quickly get on with it and do some decorating. But I think maybe shall I sew it in before we decorate? I think, and then we can just go through each page and decorate, and then we know how much room we have. Look at that, just one simple signature, can you see? And I just think it's lovely. So we've done the middle, the front pocket, and we've done some of the pages. So there we go guys, I'm going to leave it like that, and I will see you tomorrow to finish off the pages and see if we can get some, well, we never know, we might be able to finish it tomorrow. Let's see. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Stay safe, take care, and have fun crafting. All right, guys, bye.